Hey guys, welcome back to the Anime Collector. Today we're going to be talking about UV protection, and this is one of the most vitally important tips that I can give you guys as a collector. Now, if you're unaware of what UV protection is and what sun damage kind of is, I've got a very easy way to sort of demonstrate it. See, I recently repurchased Battle Athletes, and if we're looking here at this as sort of like the best case scenario, like you've got something that's brand new, never really been touched by the sunlight, this is what it might look like. And then my old copy, which I bought, was already, when I bought it, was already sun faded. So you can kind of see that it might go from this to something like that. And this is actually not even anywhere near as bad as it could theoretically get. Now in this particular case, I'm showing you the front covers. I'm pretty sure that the original copies I had of Battle Athletes were ex-rentals. They're probably on, like, I don't know, not necessarily at Blockbuster, but they were somewhere where they were on the shelf right near the window, constantly having the sun beat down on them day after day, and the color was just seeped right out of it. Today I'm standing in front of, I'm actually in the new studio space. This is the first video I'm recording here. I don't have it all set up yet because, you know, I'm going to be putting the bookcases right here. And in fact, every place that I've ever housed my DVDs, the bookcases usually, since I've got so many of them, they usually do end up going in front of the window. And that sort of is my way to help protect it. And I also will go out of my way to cover the window with something else, just something I can easily tape in front of it or whatever to protect it so that I'm sort of keeping my stuff safe. But today I'm going to talk about something that is... I've actually never used this product before, but it is sort of designed to protect your stuff. And I sort of realized that not everybody's collection is as large as mine, and it is very possible that you might be in need of a different way to protect your stuff. Like, let's say that you only have one bookcase and the window is looking directly at it and you're sort of biting your nails like, how do I protect them? You know, because when the spines are, you know, you got your DVDs put together and the spines are exposed, you will see sun damage happening there if you're not careful. And it's something that happens very slowly over time and you might not even notice it until it's too late. So today we're going to be talking about this peel and cling. It's just some sort of material that it just goes right on top of the window. It's kind of got like its own self-adhesive, you know, it sticks to the window. I'm using this brand, it's Gila or Gila, G-I-L-A. I'm sure they've got a website or something. They also sell, I bought this at Home Depot. They also sell a application kit, which we're going to be using. And at the moment, I've actually got the window covered, and for a couple of reasons. Number one, obviously, I want to protect what's currently in here that might be able to be exposed to the sun. I want to protect it from sun fading. And number two, as you can see when I open it, the light coming in silhouettes me and it's really hard to see me, and it would just make for a less easy to make video. And number three, because my window looks directly into my neighbor's apartment, and I would really hate for them to look across, see me recording, and sort of get freaked out. And I just kind of want to postpone that from happening for as long as possible. I'm going to go ahead and take these guys down, and we're going to get started. So just give me a moment. And I'm going to pop these off, and I'll see you guys in just a bit. Alright, now that I'm basically in total darkness, I already wiped down the window with Windex just to sort of clean it off. And then I've sprayed it with this Gila window film application solution. This came with the application kit. You just want to give it sort of like a very generous amount, you know, of this fluid. And this is going to help you to smooth out the wrinkles and whatnot, get the air bubbles out. And some of the other things that come with the application kit that we're going to be using in a minute are like this like squeegee thing. We're going to use this to push the bubbles out. And then a little tiny little razor at the end of this thing that we're going to use to cut it once we're all done. So I've already cut the roll and peeled off this black film that we're going to use here. And I've cut it to a shape that's going to fit this window, just so it's not so cumbersome, because it's really a pain in the butt to get this going. I just want to make sure, yeah, this is definitely enough room. So I'm just going to go ahead and get it up here and just sort of press it to the window. And just get it up there so that it will actually not fall down. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a part here where it's stuck to itself. Just go ahead and pull it off. It's no big deal. It's not going to tear it or anything. And then once you get that up there, you're also going to want to, almost use Windex. You're also going to want to use the solution again. And you're going to spray this side as well. And this is going to make it a lot easier to get the bubbles out, because your tool's not necessarily going to get stuck to this application, the tool is not going to get stuck to the surface as you're getting the bubbles out. Now I'm not 100% sure how easy it's going to be for you guys to see, but I'm just going to go ahead and push out these bubbles because I'm having a very easy time sort of finding them. And the more bubbles you get out and stuff, basically what's going to happen is it's going to have more surface area attached to the window, and it's less likely it's going to fall down or whatever later. So I'm just going to go ahead and take care of this, and you guys can just kind of watch for a little bit as I get this going. Alright you guys, so I got about 90% of the bubbles out, 99 probably even, but I just want to stress how much you actually have to really press hard with this. But keep in mind this is glass, so you don't want to break it, you know, you want to be really careful. But because there's so much of this solution that we sprayed on the window, we want to make sure that we really get all of that out. And if you press really hard, you'll actually see that you're pulling up bits of that solution that were pressed very firmly up against this. And if you push hard, like I said, you can start to pull it up and start to see bubbles forming that you want to try to get out of there. Now I'm stopping here because it's really important actually that we cut the end of this, because you're not going to be able to get all the bubbles out unless you cut it to a part where it's actually going to really stick to the whole window, as opposed to keep pulling down in areas like over there. So we're going to take care of that now, and then I'm going to go back to getting the rest of the bubbles out once that's done. So I don't know how easy it's going to be for you guys to see, but I'm just going to go ahead and I'm pressing down right at the corner. And this tool it's basically designed for this. You know, it goes right into the corner right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and press along here. And I'm holding down this just to make sure it doesn't you know, peel it away. And as I'm doing this, you might notice that, I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to see, especially with my arm in the way, but you might have noticed that these bubbles are starting to form again, and that's just something that happens with this solution. So you got to be careful and make sure that, you know, you don't lose that tool that we're using to clean this up. So I'm just going to keep cutting along here and get all of this basically done. Try really hard to keep your arm down up against this thing so you don't accidentally start going upward and cutting away from the edge. There we go. So that's basically all cut, and then I'm just going to go ahead and try to cut from the corner down so that I can get rid of this huge piece right here that we don't need. So I'm just going to put a little nick going downward and tear it. And then basically after each edge, you're going to want to grab this tool again, and you're going to want to go down. Oh, oof. Ugh, that sound. You're going to want to go down and try to get as many bubbles out as possible. And then we're going to do that for every edge. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those out, and then we'll get the rest of this sort of sealed and, you know, basically be done with this. Alright, so I cut everything off, and I had a little bit of trouble at the top area, and you can actually see right here where there's a little bit of a gap. I'm going to be pushing the remaining air bubbles out to that corner and a little bit over there in order to try to seal that as much as possible, and I think we're going to have a really good result in the end. So I'm just going to keep moving forward with this, and then we can wrap this video up. Anyway, let's put the UV symbol up on the shelf, and I guess the last thing we reviewed was Interstellar 4.5, so if you'd like to take a look, here's a link to it. I know it's been a little bit rocky, but I do have some plans for the channel, so I hope to see you guys again soon.